not all men. But if you were given a box of chocolates and one of them was a tiny piece of poo, then you would be cautious of all chocolates.
Good grief. G'day, you motherfuckers. You know, like, this is gonna be one of those videos that is very interesting and entertaining because it upsets a lot of people, which is good. If you upset people, if you offend people, we're doing our job. So, before we carry on, this video is brought to you by the great people, the marvellous people at Crush Organics. Crush have been a major sponsor of the channel for some time now, but they have some brand new products that you people, you good people, need to see. In addition to their world-class signature CBD collection that includes day-night recovery and platinum, Crush has released their full-strength diamond oil with the maximum amount of certified high-grade CBD. Crush have also reformulated their signature pet blend to include the perfect amount of CBD combined with the essential vitamins and minerals to keep your furry loved ones calm, happy all day long. As if that weren't enough, Crush are raising the bar with some beautiful pain creams, some bath bombs, some gummies. They are just on fire. And the guys at Crush are pleased to announce worldwide shipping. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, worldwide shipping with a concrete money-back guarantee. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, they've got a massive deal going on right now. If you use the code CBD-SUMMER, spelled exactly like that, CBD-SUMMER, you will get a huge 35% off. You cannot get a better deal than that. Go and check out Crush Organics and look after those who look after this channel. Now, back to the video. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some real talk. Some people have been suggesting that me, the Butts Man, is stuck in 2016 because I'm making crazy feminist videos. Listen, I am sorry. I am sorry that I offend your delicate egos. I get that you see me with my beard and you just think this bloke is the worst person in the world. He is worse than Hitler. I know that goes through your mind on a regular basis. Anyway, I get that they want to wish death upon me and they're mad that I make these anti-feminist videos. But I don't hate feminism, okay? I don't.
Meanwhile.
Why I hate feminism?
So that was a fucking lie.
Okay, I understand why some people think I do. But, just to be clear, feminism is wonderful, equality is beautiful, but men hating is garbage, is just garbage. It's misguided anger and general fuckiness that you have within yourself that you project to the world for some reason, and it makes you look like a spoilt little brat. For example of this brattiness, let's have a look at what happened on The Project, yes, Australia's greatest program, when they found out that a group of young boys defeated a group of young girls in a game of netball.
And there's uproar in Queensland after the only all-boys team to compete in the all-female under-18 state netball championships took out the title. Many felt it was unfair they were allowed to compete against the girls in the first place, even though the boys have no comp of their own.
Hang on a fucking second. In a sport where physical size doesn't really have much to do with it, and gender certainly doesn't have anything to do with it, why would you be upset that men were playing against women? Aren't these two equal? Isn't this just normal? Isn't this just what happens sometimes? Sometimes one team beats another because they're exactly the same? Or do you only agree with that when it goes your way? For some reason, one of the organisers of this game and the tournament that it was in was asked on The Project and questioned about why she allowed it to happen.
We saw some beautiful netball played by the other sides and by those girls that played against them. It was just, unfortunate that not everybody was on the same bus and didn't kind of attack the game, attack the opportunities in the same philosophy, but we still saw some incredible netball from our under-18s and it was great.
Okay, so she's saying that the girls didn't play as well as they could have. That's all she's saying, and that often happens when one team beats another. The losing team often hasn't played as well as they would have liked to, because if they had played as well as they'd like to and lost, then they must be pretty fucking shit. But what does the enormous feminist, the large feminist on the panel have to say about this? Well, she's not happy at all.
Demelza, are you saying the girls didn't win against the boys because they didn't try hard enough? Because that's kind of what it sounds like.
Oh my God. Yes, that's generally why one team loses to another.
In our game, you have 50% possession each side. Everyone's got an opportunity to play their game style.
But the girls couldn't win because they were playing guys.
The girls could win. There was no rules to say they couldn't. There was nothing different about the way the game approached.
But the girls didn't win. The girls, I don't know if you know what happened, but the girls didn't win.
This is what I'm talking about. This shit, woe is me attitude that you live with every life as a modern feminist is just shit. The victimhood trajectory of your life is not going to make it easier. It's not going to push you anywhere. It's just going to create this entire existence of you being a small little shell of a human being because you're terrified of the outside world, and that is shit. And the reason I made this video is because I found a lady who, well, she pushes this idea that all men are the enemy to the nth degree. She hates men so much that I am concerned as a man that if she gains world power, I may be put in a camp.
I've got a joke for you. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Straight white man.
Straight white man.
Well, actually...
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm going to enjoy the rest of this video. Bloody hell. You may be thinking, hey, why did this Butterfield bloke put lesbian feminist in the title of this video? Why does her sexual preference matter? And it doesn't at all. But it matters to her. It matters to Claire_training so much that in her bio, lesbian is the first thing. Could you imagine introducing yourself? G'day, I'm Isaac, nice to meet you. What's your name? Claire, with an I eat pussy.
Okay.
Period myth number 1. Only women have periods. False. Some men also need a link up. Link in bio.
Okay, I'm no expert on periods. It'd be a bit weird if I was a fucking expert on periods. Any man who's an expert on periods needs to wake up to himself. If my Instagram bio read Isaac Butterfield, period connoisseur, I'm pretty sure you would judge me harshly. Anyway, point being, men don't have periods. Sorry.
Aren't time zones amazing? In Australia it's tomorrow, in Europe it's tonight, and in America it's 1942, where minorities, women and LGBTQ plus people are still under assault from old white men.
Are they though? Are they really under assault? Of course everyone's not going to be treated perfectly all of the time. Just because you are treated badly if you are one of those people, it doesn't mean because the person who is treating you badly hates what you are or where you come from or where your grandparents are from. Sometimes in life you just encounter shit people. Not everyone or everything is nice. And that is the world. But living in this victimhood complex where you are constantly terrified of everybody else around you is not a healthy obsession to have.
To the men who like watching sport, but not the female version of it. Maybe you don't actually like sport. Maybe you just like watching half-naked men run around playing with balls.
And so what if I do? Don't ball shame me, you bigot.
Stop. I hate to admit this, but they're right. It's not all men. Men want equal rights for women. Not all men. Men are respectful to other women. Not all men. Men challenge other men when they make derogatory remarks about women. Not all men.
Okay, so she's saying that not all men like women, treat them correctly or defend them when they may need defending. What she's trying to get across here is the not all men argument, and a lot of feminists hate this argument, not all men. They always come back to it's not all men. But when you go out there and continually say in the media and on TV shows and all this shit that men are doing this, men are doing that, but it's less than 1% of men, but you say all men need to do this, all men need to do that. Do you ever wonder why we go, hey, it's not, I didn't do it, I didn't do a fucking thing, what are you talking about? It's not all men. In any other case where you attack someone for the way they look, their sexual preference or their gender or what they have between their legs, any of that shit. In any other case when you do that, people attack you and it's the worst thing you could ever do. But when you do it, Claire, or when a feminist does it, it's seen as a positive, hooray, we're fucking breaking the patriarchy shit. And that's why dudes get upset, because most dudes are sitting, living a normal life, being nice people, and yet you are judging us based on solely what the worst of the worst do. That's unfair.
What's the difference between a lesbian mum and a mum that's not a lesbian?
One has other overweight soccer mums sit on their face, allegedly.
I'm not heterophobic. I support straight people. I just don't see why they have to make it their whole personality. Like, I don't need to see a picture of you holding a fish. No, it's fine, I can say that. I've got straight friends.
What straight person makes their straightness their whole personality? And if anyone does make that their whole personality, they're probably gay. That sounds like the gayest statement to make ever.
When a man tried to tell me we have equality, bad things happen to men too. Well, yes, bad things can happen to anyone. But bad things don't happen to men just because they're men.
Well, unless you're talking about the family court systems, war, most of suicides. They are bad experiences that mostly men experience. I guess my point is, and this is the point of the whole video, is not all cis men, I know this is going to blow your mind, not all of us sit around with our feet on the LGBTQI plus souls of the world trying to work out how to rule them. Obviously I do, but not everybody does. And I think this is a dangerous way for mainstream opinion to flow. This leaves men, all men, young men, boys, old men, grandpas, feeling like they are segregated just because of their gender, and that is not good.
I love it when men get heated when women say they hate men. What are you going to do about it? Hate women? Ha! You've been doing that since the beginning of time. Find a new hobby.
I've got a feeling she wasn't always a lesbian. I think she may have dated a dude and he was such a dick that she swore off dicks forever. She won't even buy the big old dillies. No. She's sworn off dicks forever.
Dating a trans woman makes a man gay.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, your girlfriend used to be a child, and now you're a paedophile.
But her boyfriend was also once a child, so wouldn't she also be a pedo? Does a man having sex with a trans person make them gay? Is there two dicks swinging around? If the answer's yes, that's not the straightest experience of your life.
If you think being gay is a choice, why don't you try being gay for a while? See how that works out for you.
No, because I have hemorrhoids.
If you have a problem with your child's sexuality, there's an excellent solution for you. Don't have children.
That is disgusting. So does that mean if I'm an old man and I'm not happy that my son comes out as gay and he's 35 years old, that I should abort him? Is that what you're in favour of? Aborting 35-year-olds? You crazy woman. I'd just like to point out for the record that I won't be aborting 35-year-olds. Claire with an I, Claire_training, you psycho. Guess the moral of today's video and the story is this. She is a pain in the ass. Don't listen to her. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. Toodle au revoir. Hey, merch drop on the 13th. Toodle au revoir. Bye-bye.